Hey everyone, it's the middle of the night. I do a lot of my recordings in the middle of the night. I've always been a night owl. Um, it's the full moon in Gemini, the Mars eclipse tonight. So I know all the juju doers are out there working hard tonight, trying to summon up demons. And so I shut all my tarot off today, except for the positive tarot. I'm not listening to any tarot about people trying to steal my soul because I'm not giving them my energy. So we kept it positive tonight. They say with the this full moon, it's going to bring in agitation, and that you should take a pause and sit in silence. So I rested up today. I took a nap while my son was at school, and I didn't really do much work today. I cleaned my house, played with my son, played with my dogs, and sat and rested, as they say that you should do, is be still for a moment. So sometimes you do need to be still. So being that I still needed to do something, I popped on this fabulous sermon, and I don't know the guy's name because I share him on so many different platforms, but I'll have to find him and share him. But, he said the most beautiful thing about being patient and forcing the will of the universe. And sometimes God, if you try to force it, God will give it to you, but it may end very badly. And so I was so probably felt robbed. I'm going to tell you, 7 years ago, I lost everything. I had a store open, I had a greenhouse being built, a garden the size of my house. And due to domestic, I walked and I lost everything. And it's I still try to get back to that point, and everyone thinks that I'm crazy and that I should throw in the towel. And I haven't given up. I may have lost hope at times, but I haven't given up. And so I still have all my merch. We're going to put it online. The stuff I can't put on Etsy will have to be on hold till I can put it on the website. I'm trying to build a website. Oh, I love that I just saw 222. Uh, oh, I love that. On the website, and it's all bought and paid for. I worked for it. I put all my construction money into my business. And, I moved 5 times during the pandemic. And I would pack, I'm a pro. Boy, they tried to bully me and stress me out of this house. And Satan tried to delay my path. And the man who mocked God to me, and I meant it when I said it. I said, I have faith in God that my money will come in time. I've been waiting all year for that money. And he mocked me and he said, tell her I said hi. Because they worship the lower 72. I worship the higher 72. So I meant it when I said it, that I got faith. Everyone wants to stress me out. What are you going to do, Sam? Where are you going to go? Where are you going to go? I got faith. God always sends me where I'm needed to be. And sometimes it hurts and I lose a lot of stuff. But I have come to realize this was so beautiful about this sermon, you guys. I mean, I'm telling you, if you knew what I have lost in the days I have starved and gone without and lost hope and wanted to give up, but, I may give up for a day, but I don't sure give up for long. It takes a lot of failure to become an expert at anything. So I had been sent to this little town where everything seemed like it was going to be perfect and all work out, and the rug was yanked from underneath me. I lost the farm I was working on and planting my stuff on. I planted a whole pumpkin farm and was forced to walk away from it. But you know what? I haven't given up. I have faith that in divine timing, when I'm ready and when it's God's plan, I will be given my own land, and it will be my land that no one can take from me. It's not going to be free. I'm going to have to work for it, and I'm going to have to pay for it, and I'm going to have to work my land. But my goal is to be able to feed people, because I've starved and I've suffered from anorexia, and I've battled a demon, and I've fasted, and I think I feel closer to God now than ever. I'm not going to tell everyone they're earth angels and they're special. I'm not going to call myself special. You got to give the glory to God. Okay. So I can do his work and be the hands and the feet, but I don't think I'm super special. And I mean, I'm awesome, but, I'm not going to walk around like I'm a prophet. I just don't get down like that. Um, so I just know that when it's ready, it's all going to line up and I'll find a farm for rent and I'll have the money to afford it, or my credit will be fixed and I'll be able to buy a farm, or a good person will have some land for me to farm. And I want to, sure, I make money from it, but also I like to give the food away and to as much as I can, you know? But it's, and also my thing is like, I sell food. See, some people will sell their food because it's organic or homegrown. They sell it more than the grocery store. Not me. I sell it for less. I want to sell it for less than the grocery store. I want to teach people how to harvest their own food, harvest the seeds, you know, then I'll do the farmer's market. So, but then also give food away. I'm going to learn how to can, and I really want to build little free pantries and then learn how to can and stuff and fill them with, you know, that's my master plan, is to fill them with the food, but also like teach people. So it's like, you know, you have to work, but that's how I'm going to get my 8 streams of income. That's my master plan, is I'm going to put it on the internet. I'm going to teach people how to food harvest. I'm going to grow my own food. I'll sell the plants, and then I'll plant the plants, and then I'll sell the food, and you know, and teach everyone that you guys can all plant. Everyone can be a little bit self-sufficient. So if we all give a little, you know, we can get a lot. So you know, I'm not a hippie. I'm not a, you know, I'm not a anything. I try to be, you know, a little bit self-sufficient, but I love shopping, and you know, I'm not trying to portray some lifestyle that I don't live. I feel like I'm an average American. I grew up in the Midwest. But back to that sermon, man, it was absolutely beautiful. And if you are going through a hard time and you don't hear God, that's when they say, shut up and work on yourself. Don't try to force the door open. God's preparing you, and he's preparing this next step for you. And I just thought that was so awesome. And it's a really hard lesson I've learned this year. And I remember I wasn't cursing God that day. I was just really confused. And I mean, we were out of food. We were rock bottom. That was it, bottom of the barrel. And I opened the freezer and I was like, I said something and I was like, I don't understand. Like, what happened? Like, I've given all my food. I mean, I've given my food, emptied my cupboards because I had way more than I needed. When they were giving all the pandemic food stamps away, my son and I don't eat much. And I was depressed, so I really wasn't eating. And so I'll always talk about the story, how I gave all my food away to people who, knowing that they were junkies because their kids needed to eat. So you got to not judge people and help them anyways. Not in a using you way, not in an enabling way, but those kids needed to eat. So I couldn't look at their parents and be like, well, you're junkies, screw the kids. No, those kids needed to eat, man. So I had to send enough food for the lazy parents and the kids. You know what? So I thought about it that day, you know, and I'm like what, I'm asking God, like, what happened? Like, I've done all you got, you know, I felt I did everything I was asked to do. And I wasn't mad and I wasn't cussing at God. 15 minutes later, Butcher, my buddy, messages me because he must have seen something I posted, or we had talked that morning, and he sends me a picture of his car and his truck were full of food from his freezer and everything, and had special stuff for my son because, you know, those little kids in our country are picky as hell and they don't want to eat nothing. right? Because we do have spoiled kids. I have one. I mean, I was a picky kid, and my kid's like 10. He only eats like 4 things. So if the revolution comes, we're screwed. It's going to be a hard lesson on eating food that don't taste good. But it was like, you got to have faith. And I'm telling you, I had more food than I knew what to do with. So God provides. And you have to be patient and know that he has a plan for you and have faith. And I know it can be hard, guys. I'm not saying it's easy. And when I say I went through hell this year, man, I went through hell this year. I mean, crying, sick. I almost died. But I somehow managed to keep my faith. And I feel like my faith is 10 times stronger. And I just know what God has planned for me is going to be like so much more than I probably ever thought I deserved. And I'm not trying to live in a millionaire mega mansion. I got no use for that. And if you do, like, that's cool. I'm not knocking you. It's just not, I want an old farmhouse with some history, it can be cool. No one said homesteading couldn't be pretty either. So, I just happen to like old Midwest stuff. My grandma was born on the front porch of a farm. Grandma Ruth, I know she's one of my guardian angels. So just have faith, stay strong. I know it's hard. Help others. Help others. When you have help, give help, because when it's your turn, it's going to come back around. So I'm going to keep it short, guys. I just really wanted to get that message out because I was like, you know what? I've kind of gone back and forth on this channel where I'm like, I don't want to drill people to death with faith, but I'm like, you know what? I don't care anymore. Like, with God, all things are possible. So take whatever message you want out of it, but that's the message that I'm given, because that's the life I live. And it's not perfect, and I get road rage and I throw middle fingers, and I'm not perfect because I wasn't put here to be perfect. So you got this. Have faith. Okay? So have faith, and it's okay if we love the Jews, we love everyone. So we're not knocking anyone around here. I don't have to understand you to love you, and that's like the biggest lesson we can learn. So have a great day, guys.